Have you ever started talking and halfway through you realize you lost the point you were trying to talk about? Or maybe you know what you want to say, but when you try to explain it out loud, it comes out messy, confusing, or all over the place. That happens to a lot of people, including myself. That's why you need to have a structure. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple way to structure what you say so you can explain ideas more clearly, sound more confident, and stop rambling when you speak. Before we get into it, let me give you a bit of background. Hi, I'm Jason, and for almost 20 years, I've been teaching career skills through my company, Courses for Success. Over the years, I've helped people communicate more clearly, speak with confidence, and handle conversations more effectively. What I've decided to do now is to bring those same practical skills here directly to you. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 key skills that will help you structure what you say more effectively. First one is to start with the main point first. One of the biggest communication mistakes people make is taking too long to get to the main point. They start with background information, then extra details, then side stories, and by the time they finally explain the actual point, people have already tuned out. Strong communicators do the opposite. They lead with the main idea first. For example, instead of saying, "So yesterday I was looking through the reports and then I noticed a few things weren't matching up. And after checking with the team and blah, blah, blah," that's just too long. You could simply say, "I found an issue in the report that we need to fix." Then explain the details afterward. This instantly makes you sound clearer and more confident. People understand you faster because they know where the conversation is going. A simple formula is think of the main point, then the explanation and the details. And this works in lots of different situations. For example, meetings, interviews, conversations, in your emails and presentations. The clearer your starting point is, the easier you are to follow. Skill number 2, organize your thoughts before you speak. A lot of rambling happens because people start talking before they've organized their thoughts. Their brain is trying to build a message while they're speaking. This usually leads to jumping between ideas, repeating yourself, forgetting points, and sounding uncertain. Instead, pause for a few seconds first. Even a short pause helps your brain organize information. One technique I recommend using is mental bullet points. Before speaking, quickly think, what are my 3 main points? For example, someone asks you, how do we improve customer service? You might mentally organize this as faster response times, better communication, and more follow-up. So now you have a structured response. Instead of sounding random, you sound organized, and organized thinking creates confident communication. Number 3, keep your sentences simple. A lot of people think sounding smart means sounding complicated, but usually the opposite is true. The best communicators explain things simply because simple communication is easy to understand. Here's an example. Instead of saying, we need to implement a more efficient operational framework, you could say, we need a better system. This is cleaner, more simple, and stronger. This is especially important when giving instructions, explaining ideas, leading teams, and talking under pressure. Complicated communication often creates confusion. Simple communication creates clarity, and clarity builds trust. A good rule is if you can say it in a few words without losing the meaning, then do that. Skill number 4, use a clear structure people can follow. People absorb information better when it's organized. That's why structured communication feels easier to listen to. One simple structure you can use is point, example, and then outcome. For example, we need shorter meetings because people lose focus after long meetings. That would help the team stay more productive. That's much easier to follow. Another structure is what is the problem, the solution, and then the benefit. For example, customers are waiting too long for replies. we could create response templates that would speed up communication. Structured speaking makes your ideas feel more professional. And when people can follow your thinking easily, they're more likely to agree with you. And the last one is finish with a clear ending. A lot of people end conversations on a weak note. They trail off, they repeat themselves, or suddenly stop talking. Strong communicators finish clearly. They summarize the point. For example, so overall, the main issue is communication delays, and fixing that should improve the whole process. That feels complete. It gives people clarity and makes you sound more confident and in control. This technique or skill can be used in all types of meetings, interviews, presentations, and leadership situations. A strong ending leaves a stronger impression, and often people remember the ending most. Now, here's an action plan. Start with the main point first. Don't make people search for your message. 2, organize your thoughts before speaking. Pause briefly and think in bullet points. Number 3, keep your sentences simple. Clear communication beats complicated communication. And number 4, use simple structures. Point, example, and then outcome, or problem, solution, and then benefit. And the final one is to finish with clear ending. Summarize your message confidently. And if you practice just these 5 skills consistently, people will notice a big difference in how clearly and confidently you communicate. In conclusion, most people think they need to become more confident before they can speak clearly, but usually confidence comes after structure. So the next time you need to explain something, don't focus on sounding impressive. Focus on being clear. If you'd like to keep improving beyond these videos, I'll also include some free content in the links below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.